Welcome to the Get Fit With Me, expanding your physical and mental fitness group. This group is for individuals who are ready to expand both their physical and mental fitness while helping and supporting others with similar goals all along the way. We are live on Facebook. So those of you who are watching right now, click that little link, jump on in. We got Kathy here with us. So every Thursday we go live at 3 p.m. to either do a movement workshop like we are doing today, or we do something more along the nutritional or mindset or mental fitness side. We can do as much physical fitness that we want, but if we don't work on our mindset and we don't work on our mental fitness, we're not going to get as far. So to work them together, so each week we alternate. A few weeks ago, it's probably been a month now, I asked in the group a poll. What did you guys want to learn about? What types of workshops did you want? I want to teach what you guys want to know and what you want to learn about. So you guys said you wanted to learn how to strengthen and tone your arms. So today we're working on toning our arms. I will be sharing my screen at some point because I've been talking to a few of you. I've been learning that speaking, but also seeing things when you are learning allows it to set in a little bit more. So like I said, I will be sharing my screen, but in our movement workshops, we actually move. So head out real quick while I am going to do the rest of my spiel when we start. Go grab a bench or a chair if you have one, or even a coffee table would work. And then also a lighter set of weights. I have 3s and 5s. If you don't have any weights, go grab some soup cans. Go grab something really light that you can use today. And if you don't have anything, let's say you're in a hotel and you're like, I have nothing, no worries. All of these moves can be performed with body weight. And then you can add the weight in if you even need to. There are some of these moves where I won't even use weight. And I strength train 3 days a week. So we're going to have a lot of, we're all going to be at different levels. So the only suggestion I have is the lighter weights are the better weights. But if you only have 10s, you can bear with me for a little bit, but you will end up dropping them. I can almost guarantee that. So let me see. We got some people on Facebook watching. Hello, you guys. If you are watching live, drop hashtag live. And if you are watching the replay, drop hashtag replay. Comment, ask questions, share your inputs as you are rewatching this or as you're watching this live. We have 3 new members in our group this week. We have Alexa, Alexis, and Becky. Super excited to have you guys here. Welcome. I know one of you guys joined this group specifically for this workshop. So if I do not see you on there, make sure you let me know that you are there watching. And let us know who you are, where you're from, and what is one thing that can instantly change your day, that can pick you up throughout your day. So for any of you guys who have been on these before, we go round robin in the room, and I realized that I don't ever introduce myself. Some of you guys probably know who I am. The other part of you who have just jumped in are just like, I have no idea who this woman is. So I am Morgan Ekovich. I am the owner of Get Fit With Me. I'm the one who runs this group. I am the one who, this is my group. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Or if you have a mutual friend in the group, feel free to reach out to them. This is a community of connecting with each other and being there to support one another. I am from Lansing, Michigan, and the one thing that can instantly make my day better, I have 2 things because I couldn't really choose, is sunshine and movement. We have a lot of sun. It's 64 in Lansing right now, and it is sunny, and I'm loving it. And waking up this morning knowing it was going to be warm, the sun was going to shine, and I got to do a movement workshop, made my day instantly amazing. So Kathy, if you are able to share with us who you are, where you're from, and one thing that can instantly make your day, that would be awesome.
Hello, Kathy Toby from Lansing, Michigan, and I love sunshine. That to me, even if it's cold out, if the sun's out, it helps. So that's mine.
It does. Yeah, I woke up this morning, it was kind of cloudy, you probably knew, and then all of a sudden that sun popped out and I went, "Ooh, okay, I'm good now." So today I'm going to be talking about toning, because that's what it's toning your arms. But in the scientific world, nobody talks about toning. Toning is something that society has come up with. So you guys are also going to hear me talk about muscle endurance. It's the same thing, but muscle endurance is going to be that scientific word. So I'm going to interchange those today. So don't get thrown off thinking I'm talking about two different things. I'm still talking about toning our arms. I'm just going to start using the word muscle endurance a little bit. So like I mentioned, it is a movement workshop today. We're going to be learning about muscle endurance and how to tone our arms. I'm going to be showing you 6 exercises. And like always, I'm going to teach them to you. You guys are going to practice them, and then we get to go through a little mini circuit at the end. Based on looking at time today, I'm hoping we can get through a full circuit, which is going to be what I'm going to give you to take home. I'm going to be showing you some of those slides that I was telling you, and one of them is going to be exactly what we did today, so that you can print off or you can save on your phone and under the photos, and you can do at any other time whenever you're looking to tone your arms. So before we get into the actual movement portion, there is some background that I need you guys to know. And there's 3 things we need to be aware of when we are talking about muscle endurance. Number 1 is going to be the number of repetitions or reps that we are performing. Repetitions are how many times are we doing those bicep curls? Are we doing them 5 times? Are we doing them 20 times? Are we doing them 15 times? The second thing we need to be aware of are the number of rounds of that exercise we are performing. So a few of you probably do just one movement, take a break and go through that a few times. Or a lot of you probably go through a circuit. That's usually how I do all of the classes and I do all of my training. So we'll have 3 or 4 exercises and we go through all of them at least 3 times. So we need to think about how many rounds of bicep curls do we need to do to achieve that toning or muscle endurance phase. The last thing we need to think about is going to be the weight. And the weight is going to be all relative based on who you are, based on how often you lift, based on do you do any sort of upper body movement in your daily life. If you're someone who does a lot of walking, but you're not doing anything with your upper body is probably going to be a little weaker. Maybe you are somebody who does some standing, but you're a hairdresser. Your arms and your shoulders are tired by the end of the day because you are hanging on to things up here. So based on what your everyday lifestyle is, in addition to what your workouts and intentional movement looks like, the weight you use is going to be a little different. We're going to start everything with body weight today because I want form to be the thing that is form is the most important to me. You guys know that. So we're going to do everything with body weight. And then if you have those cans of soup, those light weights, like I said, I have some 3s and some 5s. I strength train 3 days a week and I'm not going to go over my 3s or my 5s. So keep that in mind as you're grabbing those. I have 3 questions for you guys real quick before we get into it. And the first one is you can either chime in the chat or you can say it out loud. Kathy, because you're here, if you're willing to share your ideas, that would be awesome. How many repetitions do you think we should be doing to achieve that muscle endurance or toning phase? Do you have a guess or an estimate, maybe something you've heard?
I don't know if it's right, but I usually do 15 reps.
Perfect. So you are right there in the middle. To hit muscle endurance, we want to go between 12 and 20 repetitions. Hitting right there in that 15 is that perfect marker. So awesome. Great answer. Next question. How many rounds do you think we should complete? There is a range on this as well. So what do you think the range would be?
I would think 3 to 5.
You got it. Perfect. And then I already kind of gave you the answer here. We'll see if you were listening. How much weight do you think we should be using?
It should be a lighter weight, maximum 5 pounds.
Perfect. Great. You passed the quiz. So yes, to attain that muscle endurance, we are going to need to stay between that 12 and that 20 rep range. You will see the photo that I'm going to show with you says 20 plus. It's for certain things. You will notice that your first round, you're probably going to be able to do 20. Your second round, you may be able to do 20. That third round, you may have to drop down to 15 or 17. And being able to listen to your body, and I'm going to show you how to know if your weight is correct or not for the movements you are doing. But our rep range is 12 to 20. Our rounds is 3 to 5. I always say 3 is the minimum, whether you are doing endurance or you are just training for the general public. If you are strength training, or if you are training for like real strength to like lift really heavy or to do some power moves, that's going to be shorter or longer. But for this, we want 3 to 5. And then for that weight, the best way to tell is when we start with these body weight movements. If I am going through with something and I'm feeling that when I hit 20, I can only do 1 or 2 more reps. If I can only do 1 or 2 more, your weight is perfect. If you are hitting 20 and you realize, okay, I can do like another 13, 14, 20 more, then your weight can go up a little bit. So you always want to have only 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. And then the last thing we have to focus about is that rest period. When we are doing muscle endurance, our rest time is shorter. It's anywhere between 20 seconds and 60 seconds. Think about when we are running for endurance. We don't take very many breaks. We want to keep that heart rate at a very steady pace the entire time. We want to keep the muscles working at the same pace the entire time by taking just very short rest periods. So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you guys so you can kind of see and visualize what I was just sharing with you. And like I said, you guys are going to get these. Okay, so here, this is the first one. How many repetitions or reps should you be doing? If you are going for strength, and that is going to be your bench press, like with the barbell, some heavy deadlifts, some back squats, or even just heavy dumbbell squats, or even really heavy bent over rows, right there, you're really only going to want 1 to 6 reps. That's how we're really going to build a lot of strength. Our next is going to be our power moves. Those are going to be Olympic style lifts. So if you guys have ever watched weightlifting in the Olympics, or you've watched CrossFit where they take the bar and they're down here and then they come up and they're moving all that weight really quickly, those are power moves. Really, anything more than 5, your body can't keep up with. Your form's going to start to suffer. And then we have 6 to 12 reps, which is hypertrophy, which is going to be that general strength training. That is where we usually stay in classes. If you're in a class, you don't usually go above 12 unless you know you're in a toning class. But usually that 6 to 12 is that normal general number that we stick around. But then we have that muscle endurance, which is that 12 to 20 reps. So you guys will get this. You guys can post it in your gym. You can keep it on your phone, whatever is easiest for you. Because this right here is a good way to know, are you actually doing the right amount of reps for what you are trying to achieve? Next thing I'm going to show you is all of our movements. So these are the movements we are going to be doing today. We're going to be doing an elevated cross body jab. We're going to be doing tricep kickbacks, arm circles both ways, bicep curls with a hold, tricep dips, and then crossbody punches. At the bottom, I did say perform 15 to 20, and that's because that is the range we are working in today. So this mimics exactly what we are doing today so that you guys can have this on hand. Usually I do this after our call, but I made sure to do this before so I could show you and walk you through it. And then repeat 3 to 5 times. Today we're only going to go through 3 times because I want to be cognizant of your guys' time, and I appreciate you guys being here. And 3 times is within that range, so we don't have to go anymore. So let me get that. Perfect. So like I said, we are going to first teach you the moves and we're going to practice them. So the first one we have is the elevated crossbody jab. Everything today, except for 2 of the moves, which I will make sure to tell you, your feet are going to be hip width apart, flat on the ground, hips are tucked, core is tight. When we are going to do these elevated jabs, you're going to go palms up so you can kind of see your knuckles here, 45 degrees, and you're going to reach across your body. So I'm going to reach up and across, my right arm's on top, and then I'm going to come down. And then my left arm goes on top, and I come down. And when my elbows come back to my side, my palms are up. When I reach out, my palms go down. So when I'm here, and the nice part is we are counting each of these as one. So we are not doing 20 on each arm. So let's take some time here. Bring those elbows to your side. We're going to practice here, and then we'll move on to the next one. Feet underneath, hips tucked, 45-degree bend in our elbows. Reach up, cross those arms, bring them back down, and rotate and cross. Good. I'm going to keep moving through unless you guys have questions. If you have questions, remember to drop them in the chat or to unmute and just tell me that, oh, that doesn't feel right, or ask me any questions along the way. Next one we have is our tricep kickbacks. So this is one where your feet can be a little narrower or they can be hip width. I like to go narrower because it gives me a little bit straighter of a line. So I'm gonna bring my feet together. I'm gonna push my hips back just a little. See how I have a nice straight line from my head to the tailbone? I could put a 2x4 back there and it'd all stay still. So I'm gonna bring my hands up to 90, and I'm then gonna press my arms back into a nice straight line and come back to center. I'm not letting my head fall. I'm not lifting my head up. I'm keeping a nice straight line from my head to my tailbone. Slight bend in our knees, standing on up. When we are doing this, you can even do this just standing and pressing your arms behind if you have some lower back issues. Next one, arm circles. The straighter your arms, the more challenging it's going to be. The little bit more bend, the easier it's going to be. Start with that slight bend, shoulders back and down, little circles. We're going to go forward. Don't let your body rock forward with you. Keep everything nice and secure in those quads and those glutes and that core. We want to really just isolate and work on those arms. So we'll go forward for 20 and then we will go back. If for you are realizing you're getting to that 15 rep mark and you're like, Morgan, I think I only got 2 more in the tank. Stop right there. It is a range. I'm going to go through for 20 so that you guys can all see, but listen to your body. We want to make sure you have 1 or 2 left in the tank. You don't want to gas yourself completely. Next one we have is if you have never done a bicep curl, I'm going to have you do option 1 here, which is going to be a nice little bicep curl. Feet are going to be hip width apart. Arms are not going to be locked out. They're going to have a slight bend. Hips tucked, core tight. And we're going to curl up, not to up here, keeping our elbows locked in as if there's a bar right between them. Curl up and back down. If you have done bicep curls and you're experienced with this, this is where I'm going to demo with a weight here so I can show you. You're going to lock one arm into 90 degrees. The other arm is going to curl up and down. What this is going to do is this is going to fatigue this arm. So if you sit here with the weight, right here, you can feel that muscle engaged right there. That is what we want. So then when we switch, it's going to be more challenging. So we will do 10 of those on each side. We got Julie on Facebook, open or closed on arm circles. Palms open. Okay, so great question. When we are doing these, you can choose. Because we're going both ways, I like to do palms open one way and palms closed the other, just because we kind of get an alternation. Awesome question there. So yep, palms open one way, palms closed the other, and we will hit a few different planes inside, planes of motion. Next one we have is those tricep dips. I also have a modification because some of us probably are not always comfortable dipping our body off a bench or a chair and pushing ourselves up. So if you have never done a dip before and you're kind of feeling a little uneasy, that's okay. I got a move for you. You're going to take your hands, place them down by your side, and pull your hands up so they look like this. And then you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower right behind us. See how my hands are staying right in line with my body? They're not coming forward and they're not going back here. If you have done tricep dips before and you're like, oh, I like these are challenging, I'm ready for these. This is where you're gonna have your bench. Start with your knees at 90. I promise you, the straighter your legs, the more challenging it's gonna be. By the time we hit that 15, by the time we hit that 12, really, we're gonna start to feel those triceps become fatigued, very fatigued. So start at 90. Hands are exactly how we were just standing, right on the edge. I'm going to lift my body off the bench just a little, so about a half an inch, so that I don't sit on the bench. I'm just kind of hanging there. My core is nice and tight, and I'm going to lower and lift. If this does not feel okay on the shoulders, take those hands out a little wider or bring them back behind you a little bit. We are all different body types, so we kind of have to play around. Right here is good for me, but some of my clients are better out by the side. Some of them are better behind them. So play with the width of your hands for this one. If you're like, oh, I do these are a breeze. I do these on a machine and blah, blah, blah. Great. I want you to straighten your legs then and do them. But remember, the closer and the more bent your knees are, the little bit easier it's going to be on you. And if we need to drop to these, we drop to these. We're still working that tricep in the back of the arm. Our final exercise here before we get into the fun little circuit is going to be crossbody punches. This is going to be the other movement that if you would like to stagger, so if you've ever done any sort of real boxing or shadow boxing or self-defense, you've probably been taught to stagger your feet instead of standing with them together. You can either stand with them together with a nice light squat, just like this, so we're not standing upright, or you can stagger your feet just a little with, I like to go dominant leg back. You choose your preference. So here, my core is nice and tight. I have a slight lean forward, not much. And I'm going to rotate my palms. My palms are facing me. I'm going to rotate out and down. And we are going to alternate from side to side here with control. I'm not going above my head, I'm going straight out and straight back in. I'm not rotating my hips are staying stable. So, like I said, you guys I wanted you guys to practice along with me. If you have not practiced as we have gone or tried these as I have taught, please let me know and I will make sure we do some more practice time. Or if you feel confident, throw confident in the chat and let me know that we are ready to move on to the circuit. So for our circuit, like I mentioned, we're going to go 15 to 20 reps, depending on the movement. So when we do this, I'm going to let you know. Perfect, Kathy. Thank you for the thumbs up, letting me know you are all set. So the only one that we are going to stick with that 15 for is going to be those dips. And you are going to appreciate me for that. Everything else, we're going to try to get to that 20. Listen to your body. If you get to 12 and you only have 1 or 2 left in the tank, stop there and wait for us. Or you can move right on to the next exercise if you remember what it is. So if you are going with body weight, get your hands up and ready. If you are grabbing some dumbbells, grab your dumbbells with me. And I'm going to grab my 3s because I just like them. They're a little bit better to hang on to. Bring our feet hip width apart. We're going to go into those elevated crossbody punches. Hands are up here, slight bend in our knees, hips tucked. And let's go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I'm feeling it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. We're going to have 20 to 30 seconds in between each move for me to remind you what the next thing is, and it's going to be our rest period. Next one we have is we're pushing our hips back. Elbows are coming up to 90 and we're pushing those weights behind. Remember, if we have some lower back issues, we can stay right here and just press those weights back. Just make sure not to sway. Ready? And we're back. And forward. 1. Biggest thing here, 2, is that control. 3, 4. We're not flying through these. 5, 6. We're moving at a constant pace. 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway, head to tailbone, nice straight line. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. We have those arm circles. I'm going to go no weight because I know my body. Feel free to go weight or no weight. We're going to go forward first, and they're going to be controlled. So ready? Take those arms out, slight bend, hips tucked, core tight, palms up, and let's go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, arms are getting heavy. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and we're reversing. We're going right into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Palms are down now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost there, 18, 19, 20. Good. Shake out those arms. We're moving into those either normal bicep curls if you've never done bicep curls before, or you're going to hold and curl. Remember, if you were holding and curling, curl with your non-dominant arm first. You will need 2 weights. I'm holding with my right arm. Palm is forward, and we're going in. We're up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 more. 11, 12. Keep that arm at 90. 13, 14, 15. You're starting. 16. You're probably starting to feel this in the back of your arm. 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring that arm up. We're going right into that curl. 1, 2. Good. 3. Shoulders back and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 11. Lock it in. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Shake those arms out. We have dips or those presses. I'm going to go presses first time as a reminder, and the second time through I will do those dips. Remember, if you're doing those dips though, you're right here, just a little off the bench, lower and lift. Listen to your body in these ones. Only 15. Ready? Shoulders back and down. If you're doing the ones I have, same thing on the bench. And we're up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Engage that core. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Shake out those arms. We're grabbing our weights if we would like, or we can go that body weight. We're going into our crossbody punches here. I'm staggering my feet, but you can go feet hip width with a bend. Ready? Hips tucked, core tight, slight lean, and palm down and back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring yourself up, set those down. We're gonna take a 1-minute break here. So grab a quick sip of water. This is a good chance to ask any questions. Let me know, is there a spot that's kind of bugging you? Are you feeling it weird? Are you even feeling it in the right area? Let me know. Give me some comments back here. And kind of where you're feeling it. If you're a little confused, this is our time before we move into round 2. When we are going to round 2, we're starting back at the top at that elevated crossbody jabs. So this is where that lighter weight, and this also involves some of those shoulders. So that's why I used that for our crossbody elevated jabs instead, and heavier weights for my normal crossbody. Bye, Kathy. Thank you for being here for this a little bit of time. We got 2 more rounds. I will tag you so you can do the other 2 on your own at a later time if you'd like. Okay, let's grab those weights. We're coming back into our elevated jabs. Ready? Hips tucked, core tight, 45 degrees. We're up and back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost there, 19, 20. Good, we have those kickbacks next. Push those hips back, lock those elbows in, let's press those weights back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Stand on up, shake those arms out. We have our arm circles. Oh yeah. Remember, 1 to 2 left in the tank. If you're stopping at 12, maybe you're stopping at 13 or 16. Listen to your body. You do not have to stay up with me. Ready? Palms up, we're going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palms down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Drop those arms, shake it out. We have our bicep curls normal, or that curl and that hold next. Roll our shoulders back and down, put them in those back pockets. palms nice and tight. Keep this hand at 90. Ready? And we are curl and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway, make sure that elbow stays down. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good, going right into that other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember to breathe. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Set those down. We have tricep dips. Remember, if you're staying here, hands should stay in a straight line with our body. I'm going to do the dips this time instead of the standing ones. We have 15 of these. We're almost done with round number 2. We just have one final round here. Ready? Pull yourself off the bench. Get yourself ready if you're standing. And we lower and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pop yourself back up on your bench. Shake those arms out. We have our last exercise in this circuit number 2, or round number 2, I should say. We have a 1-minute break and then one more time through, okay? Cross body punches. We're here. We're either staggered or together. And we're going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Take a quick break here. We've got about 1 minute. So remembering as we go through, have you stayed at the same number? Were you doing the whole 20 with me the first 2 rounds? Maybe you went 20, 18. Are you going to drop down 2 more? When we do muscle endurance, it's essentially about staying between that 12 and 20, doing 3 to 5 rounds, and always having only 1 to 2 left in the tank. But you can change that based on the weight that you are using. If you're using any weight or no weight at all. Okay, let's grab our weights. We have 1 final time through. We're only going to go for 15 this time. So I really want you to focus on maybe grabbing a little bit of weight if you are kind of on the border, and really keeping our hips tucked and our core nice and tight. When we get tired, we tend to do a lot of rocking without noticing. So when you start to do this type of stuff, do it in front of a mirror. It's really nice to see what you're doing and to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So we're just in a room on our own. We don't always know. So we have our final one here, you guys. Bring our elbows up to 45 degrees, hips tucked, core tight. We're up and cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Shake it out. We have those tricep kickbacks. Feet can be a little narrower. Elbows at 90. Push those hips back, nice straight line from your head to tailbone. And we're back in together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Arms out. Maybe we are adding a little bit more bend to them. Little bit of bend. Ready? Palms up. We're going forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, in reverse. 1, 2, palms down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Shake it out. We have that bicep curl normal or with our hold. Ready? Hold and curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, 10. No bouncing. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're bringing it up and holding and going right into that next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Shake it out. Last set with our dips. So are you standing or are you going to try? And we're sticking with 15 here. Sorry, we're not dropping down by 5 on this one because we wouldn't stay within our range. So last time here, shoulders back and down. Think about engaging that core. That power of your core being engaged is going to help you, I promise. Ready? Lift yourself off. We lower and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost there. 13, 14, 15. Slide yourself back on. Grab that last set of weights. You have those crossbody punches, takeaways, and we are out of here. I promise, and you guys will have this to come back to. So remember, this was a full workout at the end. So if you're ever looking for that little extra help, click the end of this video and redo this whole workout with us. Ready? We're going. 1, 2, lock that core in. 3, don't let those hips move. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to have to do 16. 16. Good. We had to equal it out there. Put those weights down. Grab those arms, pull them back. You can pull one across. So when we are doing this, you are going to, a lot of these moves are targeting the back of that arm that you probably felt. You were getting some in the front, some probably in the shoulder, but a lot of them were probably hitting right here on the back side. And part of the reason I wanted to do this training that I did not mention before is I have had so many of you come to me and say, how do I get rid of that bat wing or that bingo arm or that extra wave that happens when I wave? And yes, we all have it, especially when we are not used to doing, when we don't structure any of our workouts around muscle endurance, or even just strength training in general. So to allow for the bat wing or the bingo arm or that extra wave that is underneath our arms as we get older, or that we currently have at 26, doing exercises like this helps to tighten that and to strengthen it so that it's not so much of a movement. So today, I want you guys to drop in the comments and let me know, what was your favorite exercise? What exercise you're like, oh, I really liked that one. It hit all the right muscles. It was my favorite. And what exercise were you like, really way to do that one? I hated that one. Let me know your favorite exercise and your least favorite exercise, as well as if you are interested in doing this at least one time between now and next Thursday. If you are up to the challenge on incorporating this at least once between now and next Thursday, drop challenge in the comments and I'll reach out to you and I will make sure that you get all this stuff right away, and we'll go through a little plan to make sure you get it into your schedule so that it gets done. So enjoy the rest of your Thursday, you guys. I will see you next Thursday at 3 o'clock. We will be doing more of the mental fitness side next week, and it is a week of Christmas. So let's get ready for some holiday tips and some other maybe surprises as we go. I will see you guys next Thursday. Enjoy your day. Happy Thursday.